All right, now I'll wait for everything to catch up with itself, make sure that we're officially live, mute everything, and we should be good to go. Because it's always delayed. Mute everything. All right, so there's the delay. I got sound. My laptop is not going yet, which just had to refresh the laptop. So, all right, we are good to go. We are randomly live. No plans or anything like that. I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit. It's Friday night, and whoever joins can join. We can chat. We can talk about random stuff. I am going to talk about just stuff for this year and things like that, just randomly, and we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, as always with my lives, there's no real plan. We just wing it and go from there. Not overly produced, not anything like that. It's just us hanging out like real people. So we'll give it a bit. Let the notifications go. Let some people stroll in if they do so, and then we'll just do that. Other than that, we're just hanging out. And if for a little bit, I've got a cool little fun wrestling game I can play and stream that, and you guys can watch. So we'll see how it goes. So if you're in the chat, let me know you're in the chat. See, I'm getting notifications on my phone of my own stream that I'm already on. If you don't have a chat, if you don't have an account or anything like that, that's cool. Just do a thumbs up on the video and that would let me know that you guys are there and that you like the video and stuff. So that would be cool. But yep, just hanging around. Winter's hopefully almost over, and spring is coming. It's starting to be in the 50s, 40s, 50s now. So that means I can actually do stuff. So hey, we have peoples. Hey Nick, what's going on? And we got the Rat Master in chat under his alias of the Massachusetts Paranormal Academy, which he's got his own cool channel too. So go and check that out if you like ghost hunting and things like that. Hey, we got Jarvis. I told you it takes a few minutes for people to start strolling in, just hanging out randomly on this Friday night. Figured I'd just, like I said, just hang out with you guys. Got nothing else. Still, Riker's not ready completely yet to go. So, and the weather's not quite there. It's close, but so now I got some people. I'll just talk about it. So yeah, the Riker, it's fine. It's in storage at a friend's house. So I'm going there tomorrow, and I'm going to do an oil change in it. Hey, Ashley's there, and I know it's Ashley because I can actually read her name instead of always forgetting her name. So, and yeah, so doing an oil change in the Riker tomorrow, and then I'll give it a once over and probably go for a ride, just make sure everything's good, and looking at the weekend after. So like, yeah, next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend to bring it back. Just depends on the weather, which trending to be in the 50s. So, which is fine. If it's like 45 or above, I'll ride. So that's good enough for me. And yeah, we've gotten a mix of rain, which is good because it's washing away all the rest of the snow on the ground and all the salt they've been laying down because it's really been below freezing for 2 months. If that, it's definitely at least a month. All of January has been in the 20s and teens, and it's just terrible. So, hey, Mr. G's in the house. What's going on, Mr. G? We just started. We're just hanging out and stuff. So, talking about me working on the Riker tomorrow, just getting everything ready. So, I think most people who can't ride year round are just, this is about the time of year they're starting to look at their bikes, going to start getting stuff ready, making sure everything's working right. Like Mr. Wandering Yankee. I think he's just been wandering around everywhere. It doesn't matter what time of the year. He's always riding. But thanks for stopping by. So, yeah, if tomorrow goes well, and the Riker was fine when I put it into storage. And actually, it's at my friend Melissa's house, and she's been riding it when she can, starting it and doing stuff. It's on a tender. So I don't foresee any issues with it at all to start riding, just the oil change and good to go. Some bigger things it'll need this year with some of the trips I want to take. Should probably do brakes. That'll probably be a good idea. And when I do brakes, I'm looking at upgrading them. It's money though. there's a guy that makes a nice floating rotor and like upgraded performance brakes for the front of them, and that looks nice. And oh, it definitely helped the brake fade. First of all, the Riker brakes suck. They're just terribly underpowered for what they are, and the brake fade is real. It's a lot. When I was up at Mount Greylock, like racing with those street bikes, I don't get scared often, but I got scared like my brakes are not working anymore. So I had to kind of lay off and let some people pass me and let it cool down. So it may just be worth the money just to do just to do those upgraded brakes and everything. Why did that light turn off? That's weird. But so there's that. So this brakes, oil change, CVT belt is another one. So obviously with all the repairs and everything I had to do last year when it blew up, I had to put a new belt in it. I'm going to do a new belt before VAM. So I'll put some miles on it, probably June. I'll swap out the CVT belt. That's probably when I'll do brakes. So June-ish, end of May, June is when I'll do bulk of the work. Probably do another oil change before I go down to VAM, just because that's going to be a lot of miles. So I've already got the rear tire on it. I got that on it before the end of last season. So that's a nice Yokohama tire, brand new tread. Front tires look okay. They look good for now. So really, that's it. I already did plugs. The only other random thing that I'll probably do, which would make sense when I do brakes because I'll have the rear tire off anyways, is the rear gear oil. They call for like 2 years or 24,000 miles or something like that. And I've hit the time mark, but not the mileage mark. But it's with the way I ride it and burnouts and stuff, it's probably worth just doing. So just that way, everything's all clear for my trip down to VAM. Oh, Ashley misses everybody. Yeah, it's just sucked, especially because I missed everything last year. Like last year just sucked all around for me. So I didn't see any of you guys. So really looking forward to getting out at least like one extra trip. I was looking into April, but April's not going to happen. I just too much personal stuff and just work stuff, and March is still too close, still too cold. So maybe May, I don't know, but again, that all depends on time off. So yeah, you guys get to see each other all the time. It's sitting right next to each other. No, Ashley usually has the chase car, which is good because it's always good to have a chase car for things. But I had a lot of friends go down to Daytona. So Daytona's happening right now. So that's on my list. Eventually, if I were to do anything further, I mean, I don't want to say that. I think Florida's a long ride, but that would be a couple days down. Probably have to think about trailing it, but I just financially I can't do that. So probably just end up having to ride, and I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one of those trips will happen one day. Sturgis, I'd probably just definitely have the trailer. Like that's way too far. I mean, maybe just as far as Florida, just in a different direction. I don't know, but I'll have to map that out. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, you got a garage, so you can do all that's the perks of having a garage and a place you can store. You can just do all the maintenance before. It doesn't matter the weather out there, and just get the bike ready to go. Yeah, I looked at McStash's where he's stopping and going and stuff, and timeline-wise, it doesn't match up. I was looking at April, but April's junk for me now, so I won't be able to catch up with him at all. Yeah, that's the thing, Florida. That's same thing with. I think the same thing with Sturgis. It almost takes you like 4 or 5 days just to get out there, then the riding there, and then you got to get back. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at that. Like, and it sucks with the. I mean, you got to do maintenance all the time, anyways. But that CVT belt on the Riker is only good for about 10 to 12,000 miles. The OEM one. Then your oil changes are at like 6,000 miles, and again, Can-Am dealerships are hit or miss. I know Purple on 3 didn't have a problem finding dealers and stuff. I don't know. I probably have to map it out and be like, how many miles am I putting on? I do have to do an oil change, all this stuff. It's just, and the Riker for gas mileage is an issue too. Like the most I've ever gotten on that tank is like 170 miles. But on average, it'll be like 140, 150. Like 170 was pushing it, and I was a little scared. But I found a gas station. So, but yeah, like if I plan on doing much longer trips, I might have to bite the bullet and get like a Spider, just because mileage and all that stuff. But it's what it's made for. But I'll see this year. I mean, I'm planning on doing a lot more longer rides, so I'll have to feel it out and see how things go. His ride is in May, so yeah, I'll have to relook at his schedule then. Because if I can get some time off in May, that might work. But again, it also depends on where he is too. Because it takes me like a day to get out of New England, basically. So from where I am, I'm pretty much, if you look at where Cape Cod is in Massachusetts, I'm right outside of Cape Cod. So it takes forever. It takes like 3 hours to get to New York. Like it's crazy. Like I'm so far east, northeast. Yeah, if I won the lottery, I'd be riding a lot more too. I would have a touring Spider, and I'd be going around doing everything. Like, I think Smyrna was in here, Smyrna Cowboy. I'd get one of those Sea to Skies. Like, it's got everything on it already. Yeah, you know what? Let me hold on. Can I find his? Where did he post that? Now I'm curious as to the schedule for McStash's thing. So now I got to look it up. That is the wrong browser. I need to use the right browser. I know he posted it somewhere. If I knew how to type, that would help. So there's that. There's the. But there was one where he had the. Oh, I found it. All right. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So, yep, starts May 22nd, Ohio. So, yeah, 23rd. Yeah, Michigan. So, early, he's out there in the Dakotas. Texas, Mississippi. See, he doesn't. The closest I would be to him would be West Virginia, and that's June. So, yeah, I don't. Unfortunately, the way that schedule works out, that wouldn't work for me. But that's a hell of a trip. Down in the Tennessee, Georgia, Carolina area. I got to get down there too. Like, there's so many places I want to go, and it just time is a factor. Dual monitors. I have a laptop on the side, and I actually have the 49-inch widescreen Samsung monitor. So it goes this way. So it's so much better than actual individual dual monitors. I'll see you, Mr. G. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Definitely see you at BAM this year. But yeah, just to go on a tangent about the monitor, you look at the 49-inch Samsung widescreens. I think they're going for like $900 or $1,000. 100% worth it. Just on a little tangent, I love this monitor. So for editing and all this other stuff. But yeah, we can keep talking about trips. I need to see if I go anywhere, it's probably gonna have to be May. So May, have June, and then my big trip in July for VAM, and then maybe something in September-ish. Like, I got to start taking my PTO. And my boss actually agreed with me. Like, I need next Tuesday off to fix the car. He instantly approved. He goes, dude, go take time off. Like, you never take days off. So I'm hoping this year that I can actually take the PTO when I have it and, get out and see things. But yeah, some of the stuff I probably won't be able to, like Mr. McStash, I won't be able to catch up with. And my phone just keeps blowing up. But that's fine. Yeah, Yankee. Yeah, I would have to meet people in Connecticut at that point, unless you're as far east as me. It's the only thing that makes sense. That's what I did with Roddy Ryder. Just met him in Rhode Island, obviously, because we're going through that anyway. So we went through that, which we found a nice route, which I may take this year down. So when me and Randy left VAM 23, we came back up, but then we cut across to Harper's Ferry and stayed there because I had some family and friends and stuff that stayed there. And then from there, we went up. I want to say it's 15, but might not be 15 through Gettysburg. That was a nice ride and actually carved. It took us off the main highway, so away from all the trucks and stuff, and got us still in the general direction that we wanted to go. So I'm gonna look at that for this year and just cut through anyways, because that was great and good riding and seeing different stuff and gets me off that major highway. So. But yeah, I don't know. I was looking at Pennsylvania or maybe West Virginia for my first trip. I don't know. We'll see who's around and see if I can find some cool stuff. But I know Doyle was doing something in Georgia, possibly in May. So I was looking at that too. Things like GAM, the Georgia Motovlogger meetup. Then there's so many things going on, like so many months. In August, I think the end of August, Doyle told me that he's doing something at the Tail of the Dragon with Ben from Bikes, Beards, and Brews, and maybe a couple other people. So I've got some options. It's really spacing out the time, but I think August would be tough because I'm already taking almost 2 weeks. I'm actually taking 2 weeks in July, and then to go take another week for August would be tough. But the May thing might be possible to get all the way down there. So that would be fun. And it's different. Like I haven't been, that would be the furthest far south I would go or have been so far. But yeah, Ray, thanks for coming by. I'm doing good. And 16th through the 18th. So yeah, I would have to, it all goes back to being how far north I am and east. Like it's literally, I burn a day just getting out of New England. It's stupid. But the other thing I'm going to try is usually I plan for like 500 miles a day, and I've felt good. So with the seat and the Riker and everything. So I don't know if I can push more than that. That really, I don't know. I think that could cut down some time. Because I have no problem doing 2-hour stints on that. Like 2 hours, that's like 140 something, 150 miles. Fill up on gas, go again. Like just bang that out. I really think I could probably make up some time and some miles doing that. But then you don't want to wear yourself out by the time you get to where you're going. So. Yeah, Daytona's already started, I think. I've already got some people down there. Some friends to trail in their bikes down there. So. And it's getting cold again because my heat just kicked on. And we're back in the 30s. Awesome. Making sure I don't miss anything in the comments here. But yeah, other than that, it's like trips and stuff, and for the channel and stuff. Like I'm planning on doing some filming tomorrow for this cool like little intro I want to do for this season 6. And like I said, take a little ride, so probably start vlogging, trying to get some new content going. Just so it's not otherwise like it's probably going to be, I'm not going to have time to edit or anything, so I'm probably going to miss at least a week or two of just like no videos, and then maybe I'll pop in and do another live or something like that. But hopefully what is it? End of February, March. So yeah, hopefully mid-March, I'll have some more videos coming out. And then once I get the bike here, like, and it's good, then I'll definitely be able to just pump out some videos and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna kind of see how it goes. Definitely once a week, the Sunday videos, and then as things go on, events, stuff like that, then I can start doing the Thursday videos again. So I just don't want to. Not that. I mean, I like the two videos. It's just I want to make sure I have enough content long term to continuously push out the two videos. And then we'll just see what types of videos. So the adventure videos seem to go over well. And I'm even getting some crossover. I've been posting them in other like Can-Am groups and Riker groups, and they seem to get views. So the thing with the adventure videos, it kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost redundant with some of the random ride stuff that I do. So I got to figure that out. Like, am I going to do an adventure video? It's going to be random rides. Like, so I kind of got to pick one. Or I could just pull clips from that and do random rides. Like, I'll have to figure it out. But I do like the adventure stuff. Like, I think if I'm doing more random stuff, then I think those types of videos make sense. Rather than like the clip show type stuff. Which, again, still gets views. But it's just a different viewer base at that point. Yeah. I have PTSD from Laconia from last year, so I don't know. I mean, I might go. We'll see. So, but again, the Riker's working fine. So that was just a freak thing. But like so many other things were happening around that time. Like I'm not going to just throw it out on air of what else was happening. You guys know, obviously, some of my life situation, but it's just like it was craziness around that time. Like it was so stupid, but we're through it. Bike is running. I'm fine. I'm doing good. So, it is what it is. But yeah, it's just a day run for Laconia. But that day was the longest day of my life for the most part. So I forget how far away I was mileage-wise, but it cost me $900 to get the Riker towed from where I was back to New Bedford. It was just crazy. And it was late. I'm just like, I don't know where I am. There's no dealerships open at this time. I'm like, we didn't get in front of the house until like 10:30. And then we had tried to unload it and like push into the driveway and all that stuff. It was a nightmare. It was like midnight or something. It was crazy. Hey, there's Road Reality. Good. I'm glad you could pop in to say hi and stop hanging out with somebody. But yeah, that whole thing. And then, so the cost of fixing it, because I can do all the labor myself and replace the clutch and the belting and all of that, all I paid was parts. That was it. It was, and then a few hundred. I want to say, well, the belt alone is like $250 something, so that's crazy. So if I had to guess, I'm trying to remember, like maybe $500 in parts, and then just the time and labor and stuff. And again, shout out to Randy for helping me out with all of that. That was awesome, giving me a spot to store it and fix it with the divorce situation. So I do have to say though, like, reliability is good, but I already missed the power. Like taking that clutch kit out and all of that and going back to stock power it's still fun, but not being on a Riker and keeping up with 600, 650C sport bikes that's nuts. That's absolutely crazy. But and I was beating that Porsche before it blew up. So like the thing was quick, but reliability was not in the question. So no, do not go back to TV. This is much more interesting than TV. Stop it. He's got to go back to TV. He's just going to ignore me. Oh, I do have some other fun stuff going on YouTube wise. So obviously, I took the break. I kind of stayed away from it. I was just pumping out the video. I was just like, whatever, just do it. I was kind of blah about it for a while, but that's usually what happens in the winter. So I'm getting back into it. Like this video that I'm gonna make for the intro really was inspired by something else, and I looked at it. I'm gonna use the same song, and I'm gonna do my version of it. I think it's gonna turn out good. Like in my head, it's with the clips that I have and what I want to shoot tomorrow. It should turn out awesome, or at the very least, good. So, but I still got the sponsor stuff going on. I still got BLR Tuning helping me out. I got all the cool 3D printed stuff from Iron Tide Customs. I don't know if anyone's checked that out, but she will make random stuff for you. Like you can just badges. It doesn't matter. It's not a Can-Am only thing. Like if you want to make like a custom Harley badge or Indian badge or something, like she'll make stuff. Like that's how I have the Black Phoenix badges on the Can-Am. She and custom hubcaps, things like that. I think she, just check out those links that I have, down in one of my other videos. Like the live videos don't have the links and all of that stuff, but check that out because just a bunch of random stuff. And again, like I said, just ask her and maybe she'll be able to find I don't know how that stuff works. I don't know if there's like template or a blueprint or whatever of things. And then, I sent her my logo and she did stuff. So, we still got that deal going on. But, let her know you know me, go through my link and you guys can save money on that. Same with the Bill stuff. Like Bill does other bikes. It's not just Can-Am stuff. And I think that's something I need to push more. Like I think people just think a lot of the stuff I do is only Can-Am stuff. It's like, no, these guys, they work on Can-Am stuff and they'll have support aftermarket, but they also do other bikes. So, and maybe that was some of my fault, not really saying a lot of that, but it's definitely worth checking out. But the other thing that's happening, and I'm in the talks with it now, and I told a few people in one of the group chats. So I had another company reach out to me that wants to kind of sponsor me and do a deal with me for a product that makes sense to me in my head. So we're in the talking, going back and forth stage right now, just kind of solidifying everything and making sure like, okay, this is going to work. And, they're going to send me some stuff out for me to kind of review before I really dive in, announce it, and do all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to that one because that one is literally for everybody. That's not bike specific really at all. I think that one could go somewhere. So I'm really, really excited on that, especially starting another season with what I can do now. I think just looking at it and just being grateful for that opportunity, I think it's going to turn out well. So still have to wait and see. I don't have a timetable on that one. So I really don't know. Again, with the shipping, going back and forth, figuring out a deal and all of that. So eventually just be out on the lookout for a video about that. So yeah, John disappeared. But we got 11 people. So I don't know if we have 11 people in the chat, and again, if you're not signed into YouTube, just hit the like button. That way I can see the likes go up and I know that there are other people watching who aren't in the chat. So that ends up working out. Depends. Yeah, that would be good for a certain group. I know where CDL is. I know Chris has a ton of ideas for sponsors, and they're all dead on and they're hilarious and they would totally work for him. So I really hope that one day he gets one of his sponsorships that he's looking for. That and to buy that goddamn hotel that he wants. If I win the lottery, or if one of us in this group wins the lottery, we have to buy that hotel for Chris. Like it's just a given. Like we have to. And I think there's a restaurant too. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if that was part of the deal or not, but yeah. So. Yeah, definitely fewer pit stops. Yeah, just don't stop. That's what's crazy to me. Like Ben does 1Ks in a day, and like there's points where you have to stop. Like gas up and go is one thing, maybe quick snack, but like eventually I would think over time that catches up to you and you have to legitimately stop for like maybe at least a half hour. Like maybe that's just me. Maybe everyone's body is different. And you can just be like, nope, I'm just going to keep going. Or maybe he does wear Depends. I don't know. But I'm just thinking that like timeline wise, like there's on a bike, you've got to stop. What else? Yeah, sponsorship stuff is cool. Yes, the All the Way In. We got to do that. Yeah, he's got it. I swear he's probably got it all written out everywhere somewhere, and he stares at it every night, dreaming of the all the way in. I just thought I need to look up. We're talking about like long. I was just talking about long distance riding. I want to see the Cannonball Run record for bikes because it's a ridiculous time, if I can remember. Record. Here we go. Cannonball Run Challenge. It's going to tell me for bikes. Motorcycle record. Here we go. So, Cannonball Run between New York and Los Angeles from 1917 to present. So, in 1917, someone did it in 7 days and 16 hours. So, what's the most modern one? So, that was 1917, 7 days, 6 hours. No, 16 hours. 2024 set a new time record, 32 hours and 32 minutes on a 2008 Yamaha FJR 1300. So covering more than, it's like 3,000 miles. That's crazy. See you, Smarter. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll definitely catch up with you at VAM, if not sooner. Yeah, that's crazy. 32 hours. So it's funny. I'm reading this and the bikes get more and more modified for the Cannonball Run. So this one, an additional 7-gallon fuel cell, which is huge. 7 gallons on a bike is huge. Laser jammers, radar detectors, thermal night vision cameras, like just crazy stuff. And again, I would have to think some sort of Depends or catheter or something that you're not stopping, and some sort of automated hydration pack. Like it's nuts the way those guys do those things, especially on a bike. Like that's crazy. It's almost, and I'm into a lot of like fighter jets and piloting and stuff like that. Just like the history and just all of that stuff. They're probably doing the same thing those guys do. Like I don't think people realize like those fighter jets, like they're up there for a long time, and they're gonna eat. They're gonna do things. Like it's just what happens. And government was not going to come straight out and say it, but yeah, they're giving them drugs to stay up there and stay awake and all this stuff. So you're on some sort of upper or speed or something. And I'm guessing if you're doing a Cannonball Run, like I do, I chug Red Bull. I do, don't do energy drinks and caffeine and stuff just to get through it. But they're doing it at a much more extreme level there. To be 500. Yeah, see that 500 miles for me, I'm like, that's fine. I'm totally cool with that. Like I would do 500 miles every day. So what I want to try this year is like, what happens when I push more than 500 miles? No, can I do 600? Can I do 700? How do I feel after that? How would I feel the next day? Like, would it be cool to say I did 1K? It would be, but does it really save time? Like, that's what I'm going back. Like, does it really save time? I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, pixie sticks. Yeah, giant pixie stick. Just take your friend, give him a giant pixie stick, and then drop him off to a significant other and get yelled at. So I know from experience. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's all bragging rights. Yeah. It's not. It's one of those things you do once, and I can't. There's been a couple of people that I know of and have read about that have done the cannonball run a lot of times in the car, which is obviously a lot easier than a bike. From what I just read, there's less than 30 people that have tried it on the bike, and none of them have tried it more than once. Like that's just nuts. Like it's not. The recovery time for that must be absolutely insane because you're not sleeping. There's zero sleep on that. Like I said, you're doing drugs and caffeine and all this other stuff to stay awake for, at this point with technology, like I said, 32 hours, like more than a day. Like that's not fun. Yeah, 300 is like 300 is a day trip for me. Like Laconia, like he was saying earlier, like that's a day trip for us. I mean, he's much closer, but for me, I'll hit Laconia right up there, come back. That's more than in total. That's probably a 500 or 600 mile day total. So, which is different because that's broken up with hanging out, seeing stuff. So it's not all just straight riding, but so it's probably possible. I just need to just set it in my mind, be like, hey, let's make this stint 600. Let's make this one 700 and just bang it out. So I've got the hotel for Vam. So Claypool Inn, staying at the Super 8. I haven't gotten any other hotels yet because I don't know my route. And again, I don't know how far I'm going to go down. Like I usually make that stop in Maryland, which is 500 miles, but I don't know. I could do more. I could see something else. I could go into West Virginia. Like I have, and it's the time thing too. So I'm going to be in Claypool on the 6th. So I'll be there for the whole week of VAM and obviously leaving the same Sunday and everything. But I also have a few days before that. I have the whole week before that off. So I'm still debating of what do I do then? Do I hang out up here for a little bit? When do I leave? Do I want to do the tail? Like there's so many other things. And then got to see what else is going, see what Roadie Riders is doing, see what some of the local guys. And I know I've talked to you, the guys in the group chat that you guys are going down just for VAM, which is fine. I'll see you guys down there. But just seeing if there's anybody else around that I haven't seen or some different areas that I could probably hit before I get to VAM. Yeah, 900. Well, I feel like for me, I feel like I could probably do 600 or 700 and be okay. I think anything over 700, even on a trike with the backrest, it's like it still gets to you. Like you're still in the elements, the wind. Like it's still, people think it's just like riding a couch. It's really not. Like for the 300 miles, fine. Like once, but still like long mileage, the highway, just heat, stuff like that. Everything still gets to you. So, and that's what got to me on my first couple of road trips. Like I just did not plan well at all because I've done them in cars. I'm like, oh, this is easy. I'll just do this, and didn't hydrate enough. Like even still didn't think, I underestimated the trike. I was like, oh, this is easy, whatever. But you're still like flexing and doing stuff and moving and like the rain and all this other stuff. It's like, it still gets to your body and everything. And I just didn't compensate enough for that. Oh, I mean, yeah, 3 wheels, definitely easy. You can push longer on the 3 wheels, and it's much more forgiving for mistakes and things like that. So, and kind of, wandering off, and I've been there. I've been tired riding it home, even locally. Like go out at night, work all day, then go out at night, and all of a sudden it's 11 o'clock, and you're an hour from home, and you're like, I'm not going to be home till after midnight, and it just sucks. But yeah, definitely. And I tell people too, just for touring, like that's the sweet spot for 3 wheels. Whether it's the Harley, one in the front, 2 in the back, or the Can-Am, 2 in the front, 1 in the back, like. You want to tour, you want to put some miles down, get a trike. That and the extra storage space and all that stuff, like that's where it's at. Yeah, 900 is a lot. Yeah, that's why I mean, I've seen I've met Ben, and I've seen his bike in person and everything. But man, that guy puts down miles. Like he's nuts. Like not just once. Not like, oh, I did a 1K. That's cool. Literally every time he'll go down to Georgia, hang out with Doyle. He'll make that ride in a day. Like that's leave at like 2, 3 in the morning and just get down there in the afternoon or something like that. That's crazy. But maybe I'll try it one day. I don't know. We'll see. I got time. I'm not. Don't have to report back to anybody right now. I have not found my goth girl, so there's nothing tying me down anymore at all. So I can just do my own thing, go where I want to go, and all of that. So. Yeah, Ben's a good guy. So my new setup with the GoPros and everything, that was Ben's old setup. So we met up, and then he's on the other side of Boston from me. So it still probably takes us both an hour to meet up with each other. So, which I screwed up the first time. Because like we're talking about meeting up. I'm like, oh, we can meet here, we can meet there. And I'm just like dumb. I'm thinking like he's north of Boston, and none of the places that I'm saying are anywhere close to where he is. I'm like, all right, my bad, dude. Like I'll meet you like where you suggested because that makes more sense. But yeah, no, totally cool guy. So I do probably at some point need to upgrade my helmet camera because that media mod is not. It works, but then the audio will cut out and it won't tell me, and there's no. It says everything's working fine, but then just nothing. So I don't know. I already spent my tax money, my state tax money on a new radio for my car because I needed that. So I don't know. I'll have to look at prices. Maybe I'll just have to get like a used 9 or a 10 or something. I don't know. That would be something I could talk to John about, but he left to watch TV with his wife. So whatever. But maybe I'll look on like Facebook Marketplace or something and see if someone's selling something cheap that I could just grab. Because I already got all the mounts and everything. I just really just need a new camera and a new media mod and all that stuff. SD card should be the same battery. Although batteries might be different. Nick, maybe you know. After the GoPro 8, they changed the batteries, didn't they? Or was it the 9? I know they changed them at some point. That's going to suck. I have so many GoPro 8 batteries. Maybe I just try to find a new media mod. Maybe that's the cheapest route out. Like if they change the batteries, it's totally not worth it. Like the amount of money I would have to spend to get the batteries back would be crazy. Unless I found a deal. But whatever. It's everything is money. So just do what we can. And I had a Red Bull earlier. Although now that I'm looking at the time, that Red Bull was like 5 hours ago. Oh man, I don't want to do another Red Bull. Might do a soda. Might grab a Mountain Dew. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We've only been on here for 45 minutes. Could stay awake, could play video games, could do stuff. So maybe they changed after the 8. Yeah, that's all right. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that and see what's the better one. And I gotta go back and look at John Road Reality's videos. He mentioned something about either the 9 or the 10, like one of them to skip and go with the other one. So I have to watch one of those and just see what he said about them. So yeah, that's what yeah, I think Ben posted it in the group, one of our group chats that we're in, that he was selling his stuff. I'm like, dude, timing situation, I'll grab it. So yeah, I'll have to be on the lookout for that and see if anyone else is selling any more of their gear. So, but Yeah, so I sold a lot of stuff. I still have my old Icon helmet. Still have the old Senna cameras. The Senna comms that I had don't work anymore. I don't know what happened. I think they just died. They were just sitting for so long, and maybe something got on them. They died. Not that I have anyone to talk to anymore, so that doesn't really matter. I got my money's worth out of those. So, but everybody on the group rides keeps wanting me to buy the Cardos. So I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to hear you guys as I'm trying to vlog. I don't know. Maybe one day. A lot of maybes. But yeah, I think I'm gonna grab that Mountain Dew. I'm gonna be right back. Hopefully nothing burns down. All right. All right. All right, Yankee. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll definitely catch up this year. So just let me know when you're around, where you're going to be, and we'll make it work. Went with the Baja Blast for now. So yeah, I do have to say, when I was 2 up, the comms were definitely a plus. It definitely worked out a lot better than not having comms, because I rode with people without comms too. So I don't know how the Cardos are on the highway, but the Senate, and I think it depends on the helmet and the setup and stuff. Like once I actually reached highway speeds, it was useless. Like I can't hear shit. So maybe that's just me. But then the other person said they couldn't hear either. So I'm like, all right, so it's not just me. But yeah, just regular back roads and like under like 50, 55, it worked fine. But yeah, even a few rides that like I've been on when I had a passenger and they didn't have comms, so it was fine. Just hand signals, punch me in the back, stuff like that. Just let me know that you want to stop, and we're good. Oh, I'm gonna get my second wind here. It's Mountain Dew. Yeah, the other thing, I think it's in September. Hold on, now I gotta look it up. Yes, beginning of September. So I get asked this a lot from spider groups, because I'm still part of a couple spider groups and on the forums and stuff. I'll go into Spider Quest in Lake George in September, and I don't know. Like, I've heard stories up there of people, and just I don't know. Like, even like some of the interactions I've had on the forums and some of the like Facebook groups and stuff with some of the people that go up there. Like, it doesn't seem like it's my crowd. It doesn't seem like it's my thing. And again, I'm still on a younger scale of three-wheel riders, so and just my mentality and everything and sense of humor and things like that, it just doesn't match up. And I wouldn't want to go up there alone, just me, and have a miserable time. Like hanging out with people who one don't want me to be there because they know who I am. They know my videos. They know who I am on this stuff. And even Can-Am. Like I don't dislike Can-Am. Can-Am knows who I am. They know that I'm very vocal about their products and stuff, but it would be nice to go up there and meet them and talk to them and be like, hey, this is why I feel the way I do about certain things. But I know. I still got to think about it. That would be it would take me an easy 4.5 hours to get to Lake George. So it's not like that'd be a huge ride or anything. It would just literally just be the time. Be like, oh, let me take some more time off in September and hang out there for a week. And the other thing, like some of the stories I've heard about Spider Quest, like that's why I like VAM. Like very laid back, we're all cool, no one has any issues with anybody. Like we just do our own thing. Groups will split off, which is totally fine. Like you guys want to go do your own thing, that's fine. We're all here to have fun. I've heard in Spider Quest, like they literally had to post up in the main group forum two things. One, be nice to the staff at the hotel. You literally had to tell your people that are going there not to yell at hotel staff and to treat them nicely. That tells me like what kind of people are going up there. Two, they had to tell people not to fight about parking spots and that you don't, if someone's got a trailer or whatever, fine, but like don't, whatever. It's like, dude, you guys are adults. You're literally like all 50 plus, and these are the stories I'm hearing. And I've heard a separate story from someone else who went up there too, which I'm not going to get into, but like I hear those things and I'm like, I don't want to go. That doesn't sound like fun to me. I don't want to be around a bunch of people that are disrespectful and aren't there to have fun. I want to ride. I want to see the things. I want to talk to Can-Am. I want to do stuff. And I feel like, I don't know, like I said, if I went alone, I don't think I would have fun. I think I'd have to try to go up there with a group of other Spider Can-Am riders and kind of still be there for the event, but kind of do like our offshoot thing and whatever, and go see the Can-Am stuff and all that stuff. But I don't know. I'd like to. I probably honestly for the channel, for the YouTube, it 100% should go. I should do it just to get out there. But on a personal level, I'm like, I don't know. I gotta sit on it for a little bit more. So Nick, you have ear plugins. So the ones that I have are just the speakers that sit like in the helmet that you attach. So maybe that might be part of it too, because it's still just like noise in the helmet. It's not going directly into the ear. So that's something I should look at too, because that would probably work out a lot better for me if there was an in-ear thing for a comm. So it's something else. Yeah, and again, it's just I hate the negativity around it. Like, and it's not everybody, but there's a big stigma around Can-Am riders and group rides and meetups. It's like there always seems to be something. Someone's always angry. Someone always over opinionated. It's like, dude, can we just have fun? Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, who cares? Like, people just like make comments to me and stuff. It's just like, oh, you ride too fast. I'm like, good. You know what? Don't ride your own ride. If I ride a little bit too fast, who cares? Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll definitely look at the in-air stuff. And I think there's a difference too. Like, don't just keep talking about the Spider Quest and the Can-Am community and stuff. Like, I'm also in a different spot in life than I was a few years ago, even a year ago. So like, I would never go up there with any sort of ill intentions or whatever. Like, I'm gonna go up there and be me and still do my BPE stuff, do the vlogging and the filming and stuff like that, and not be friendly with people. But again, just also mindful of keeping myself out of trouble and drama that I really want. No one wants to get dragged into. Like, that's just stupid. No one wants to get dragged into something they have nothing to do with. But also knowing the environment and being like, okay, there's a possibility of these things happening as I'm up there. But again, I want to be more positive about Can-Am and three wheels and stuff like that. It's just, it's hard. And I've been vocal about it. It's very hard sometimes, especially with the decisions they make and people just blindly fanboying and following them. It's just, that's nuts. Like this whole canyon thing. I could go on for another hour about just the canyon. Like, it makes zero sense to me. And I have no idea. obviously a bunch of people thought it was a great idea. Like it really, the idea is fine, but it should have been a kit for the Spider. It should have been like, you want an off-road kit, call it the Canyon kit, add another whatever $5,000 to another $5 or $6,000 to the cost of a Spider to turn it. People would do that. You would make money, but no one's going to pay $36,000 for a Canyon. You'll sell a few of them, but they're not going to sell. That Red Rock version is not selling for that price. In the base model, you get nothing. You get zero storage, you get anything. So you don't get any of the things that they're advertising that this Canyon can do. It's like you're just going to ride on a regular road anyway, so what's the point? But yeah, like I've taken my Riker out on dirt. It's been fine. Like bumps and stuff, I mean, you still got to be mindful of those just because, the height is a issue too, but traction is what it is. Like it's not for where you're going to be going with it on 3 wheels with 1 wheel in the back with all the traction. It's very limited. They're all going to be able to do the same thing. It's just the height difference might, make the Canyon go somewhere else a little bit, a little bit further in, but it's not going to do what people think. It's going to be the same as the Harley Pan America thing, whatever, their adventure bike. Same deal. Not everyone's going to take that thing off-road. And not everyone takes their adventure bikes off-road. I think Ben made a video about it, Bikes, Beers, and Brews. It's like they just drive to the coffee shop, chat for an hour, and ride back. None of them touch dirt. So I think that's going to be the same thing with the Canyon. I think people are going to get it with the intention of doing that, and then they're going to realize that they don't really touch dirt. Just get an ATV. Just get a side-by-side. Like, save some money. What I'd really like to see is another company come out with a reverse trike or any sort of trike. I'm so surprised Indian has not come out with a trike. Like I just feel like they're the next company or would be the next company that would do something like that. But I don't, there's definitely a market for it. So Harley's proven it, Can-Am's proven it. So I'm just wondering what the rationale of these other companies are saying that they're not getting into the trike market. And yeah, I'm sure it's a huge R&D and stuff like that, but do what Harley did. They already had a bunch of parts. You got to figure out the rear end. That's, figure that out and then figure out tires, suspension, stuff like that. And you're good. Like you've got the whole front of the bike. If you're doing the 1 wheel in the front. So that from a cost perspective, that's probably the easiest way. I mean, that's how the aftermarket trikes are done. They got a trike kit and, it's a whole rear axle and stuff like that. So, but I think the reverse trikes are the way to go. But, yeah, I don't know. I know Kawasaki was working on one. Honda was working on one. Like, they all seem to die out. Like, no one, they make prototypes or they'll file for patents and stuff like that, and it goes nowhere. Like, it's so strange to me. Like even Harley, they already designed, they had one. Again, I'll just keep shilling out Bikes, Beers, and Brews. He made a video about it, about the reverse trike they came out with. I would have bought that thing. I think I threw like a 1200cc motor in it or something crazy like that. And like I said, it was on a Kawasaki forum. Like, I forget what the prototype was called. It was like the J-type or something like that. They had a patent. They had everything. I don't think they actually built the prototype, but everything else was there. But seriously, like, they drop an H2 motor in it, do all the same tuning and everything you do with the H2, all the same settings, all of that, traction control, just to keep it how it should be for that much power. That thing would sell. Like, a sports-oriented trike would sell. And I've always said, put a retired or current MotoGP rider on that thing. He's your spokesperson, whatever, doesn't matter. Dude, that thing's going to sell. You just got to market it the right way towards the right people. write videos, racing, stuff like that, dude. Like, and people will spend $35,000 on it. That's where you make your money. But Can-Am has an awesome opportunity to do that, and they just won't. They absolutely refuse. They could drop that Ace 900 Turbo R motor in a Can-Am frame. It'll fit. Tune it. Like, I know they're playing way too conservative with it. They're afraid people are going to flip it and do all this stuff. I'm like, people crash Hayabusas. People crash fast bikes. It's just what happens. You know, they drive over their limit. They drive over the bike's limits. Like, that's just an experience thing. But I don't know. I just think there's such a missed market for all of this, and that's why I think Can-Am is just so stale. Like, they just don't care. They're like, nope, we can just bang out the same stuff over and over again, and you're gonna buy it because there's no competition. So why do we have to be better at what we're doing? Because there's no one chasing us. Like, even other companies like that build bikes, like Keanu Reeves and Arch, like, he has the money, he has the facilities that he could make custom or a 3-wheel Arch trike. He could do that if he wanted to, but they just, and again, there's a market for it. And especially at the price points that he would do, like, and the age range, that would be perfect. But I mean, you're probably talking Arch bikes like what, 50, 60, 70 grand, something like that. But still, like, people would buy them. But shops like that, like something like a Buell, something like that, where, like, on a smaller scale, like, they would make money. Like, especially if you dumbed it down a little bit. Like, I think the problem is you can't have a non-electric, not electric, a trike without, like, some sort of, like, driving aids, like sensors and, stuff like that. Like, you do need stability. I do agree with that. You need some sort of stability control and or traction control, but you should also have the option to turn it off. Like, if it were up to me, I would 100% turn the traction control off on the Ryker. Leave stability. I'll leave that, which is fine. So if a wheel actually lifts, it puts it back down. But I want to make sure it's not stalling me out when I'm trying to, rip the rear end out or something like that. Like, that's whatever. But, and I'm surprised no one's cracked that yet. Like, I've talked to BLR tuning. Like, no, for whatever reason, no one can crack into that part of it, part of the ECU, the traction control, stability control stuff. Like, I don't know coding. I don't know any of that stuff, but no one's been able to do it yet. And stop making the FTR. Yeah. I don't know. This bike stuff is just weird nowadays. Making stuff, not making stuff, canceling stuff. It's just, or pricing people out of stuff at this point. It's just crazy. It's almost like there's no more, like, entry level bikes anymore. It's nuts. Like, I was on Harley's site a while ago, like, just, like, looking at their trikes and their prices and stuff, and, like, the freewheeler is cool, but I do like the RG3, and I've been on an RG3. I rode Melissa's for a little bit in the parking lot and stuff, and it was comfortable, but man, they brake like crap, they handle like crap. Like, it's just not, I don't think I would have fun on one long term. Like, it's just not for me. Like, totally nice, totally great for a road trip and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's just, I feel like I need the sportiness or just the stability of the two wheels in the front. Like, that's just so much better for everything. Oh, we got people dropping off, and no one's hitting the like button. One person. So It's also a Friday night too, so whatever. But I figured this time of year on a Friday night, it's cold in most places, so no one's going out. But I'm not going out. It already dipped back down into the 30s right now. It's 34 degrees, so it's apparently it's supposed to snow. It's gonna get borderline freezing, but still 50s for tomorrow. So yeah, gonna bang out the oil change, do all that stuff, and get the Riker going. I'll probably post some stuff up on Instagram, grab some pics and stuff like that of the Riker and the oil change and stuff. Show people that I'm doing stuff. That'll be fun. But yeah, winter sucks. Winter's just terrible. I mean, got through it. Like there was really the last couple of weeks I was really feeling it. I'm like, all right, I'm done. Like the wind's hurting my face. I haven't seen the sun. Like it's just terrible. But now that the weather is breaking a little bit and we're getting the weather in the 50s and the 40s, and it feels good. And definitely working on the bike and getting excited for YouTube stuff and filming. Like everything's starting to flow now, and feeling good about things. Minus the goth girl. Still haven't found a goth girl. So if you're a goth girl watching this, just hit me up. And if you're watching this an hour and 6 minutes into it, whatever, tell your friends. But, yeah, we had quite a few people. I don't know if Paul is still here. Did Paul drop off from Massachusetts Paranormal Academy? He might be still lingering around. Oh, Jarvis was lingering around for a little bit. Ray. Ray's in Daytona, I think. I think Ray and Yankee are in Daytona, which is totally fine. Daytona is much more interesting than this live stream. So. And it's funny, like I almost just want to go down to Daytona just from what I've heard, it's an event that you experience, not so much for the riding. It's just like everything else that happens around it. Like Sturgis is more about the riding and the scenery and stuff. I've heard that Daytona is just the experience of the Daytona. And I've driven in Florida down there, and it sucks. I can't imagine when there's a huge event. Like, where do you go? Where do you ride? Like all that stuff. Like it must suck. But maybe I don't know. Maybe if someone's been down there, like actually riding around Daytona Bike Week, let me know. But like Laconia is different because you're way out there in the mountains in New Hampshire. Like there's back roads everywhere. You can get away from everything. Even the major highways aren't bad. Like for as many bikes, like it's definitely the top three. Laconia, Sturgis, and Daytona. Like there's a lot of bikes. Like it gets busy around Weirs Beach. And like the beach sucks, and there's no parking and stuff. That's expected because it's a small like quarter-mile strip, maybe half a mile, if that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll fly down to Daytona one time or trailer down. I don't know. I gotta figure out the life situation. Maybe I'll find a goth girl who likes bikes and trailers. I don't know. Just whatever. Stay inside. Yeah, Ashley. Yeah. There's maybe. So I have enough wingmen and wingwomen out there trying to help me out, and so far, just nothing. So gonna keep my hopes up for this year, though. We'll see. I'll have to make like a victory video if I actually get one. That would be friggin' hilarious. So we got more people popping in. I think people are just like popping in and out, not saying hi and leaving. So, which is cool. But you can say hi. You're allowed to say hi if you're popping in and out of the live stream here. What is it now? I didn't really have a plan how long I'll go. I'll go until people stop watching. So, got nothing else to do. I'm going to be wired on Mountain Dew, so I'm probably just going to play video games anyways after this. Which is fun, but now that the weather's breaking, I'm getting much more excited about riding and stuff like that. So, let's see. Maybe I can get a goth girl on the back of the bike or something. That'll be fun. Oh, what else can I ramble about? What else has been going on? Pretty much covered a lot of the major stuff for this year. I'm definitely excited about that video that I'm gonna make. Like, shouldn't take. I've already cut out like clips and stuff like that. I just gotta do a little bit more filming of other stuff with the bike. Put it all together. Put the music together. Like, I'm hoping it turns out as well as I think I can make it. Like, that's, in your head is one thing. What you can actually do with the editing and all of that is different. But it should turn out. Should turn out good. It should be a good beginning to season 6 and for this year and everything. So it should work out good. Yeah, Nick, I'll definitely let you know. So it's looking probably, yeah, if anything, it's going to be May, because I don't think I can do anything in April unless it's the beginning of April, and even still, like, still kind of cold. So May, maybe beginning of May. But then Doyle's doing his thing in Georgia, but that's far away. So PA or West Virginia seems much more realistic for that time frame. As much as I do want to get down to Georgia, I do want to get down and see Doyle and stuff like that, but it's just a time off is a lot or hard to come by sometimes. So yeah, we got to get Chris out too. No, he's been hurting to go out. I know he's right on Lake Erie, so they get killed with storms and stuff. So that sucks. Probably. I mean, I'm on the water too, so like the Atlantic. So I get it, but I think geographically where they are, they get hit much harder than we do. Because they're much more inland. I'm literally on the ocean, but they're on the Great Lakes and up by Canada and stuff. That's rough. I would not want to be up there. Yeah, it's the travel days. Like I said, it just kills me to burn a day getting out of New England. Like, I keep saying that, but it's like, unless you're from New England, you don't understand how much of a hassle it is to get out of here. It just sucks. Like, it literally takes up most of our time. Like, me and Randy got stuck at the New York Connecticut border trying to get back into New England for like hours. We stopped like 3 times because it's summer, it's July, it's like hot. It's like we hydrated and all this stuff, and then I overhydrated, and then we didn't hit traffic. Then I had to stop again because I didn't sweat off the water. It's like, oh man, like this is just terrible. But that's why I'm thinking if I can cover more than 500 miles in a day comfortably, that could probably definitely help out. And a time frame, it's still going to be more than a day. Like, it's going to be 2 days regardless, because there's no way I can get most places from where I am. Like, it'd be a 1K in a day, and that's just not 100% realistic for me. So but yeah, I'll have to see how things pan out. I'll have to see. I should really know how projects is panning out by the end of March, and then I'll see what I got for time and stuff like that, and maybe I can get a week off in May. What else we got? Still got people dropping off. Maybe I'll run for like another 15 minutes, and we'll see if anyone else pops in. Then I'll call it at like an hour and a half, which will put us. That'll put us at like 10 o'clock. So that would work. Good enough for me. Yeah, so a lot going on, but everything's been good, sorting itself out and all of that. So trying to think of what else. I haven't committed to any group rides, like Spider specific group rides. Like, I'm part of 2 groups. I'm like, and I told both of them, like, I can't commit. Like, I don't know. My weekends are up in the air. Like, they're looking for like officers and stuff. I'm just like, no, dude, I'm just gonna have to nomad freelance. Like I can't commit anymore. So we'll see. I might hit a couple of those. The regular groups that sports bike group and stuff like that. There's another local group that I might be able to ride with a lot more that I haven't seen in a while. So hopefully that pans out. And it's just timing. So obviously life and family comes first, and then riding if I can. So but it should be a lot easier. I know I'm gonna have it here. So it'll be a lot easier for me to just be able to hop on. I don't have to worry about coming back early. Like I can be out late. Like I think it's gonna be a lot better. And again, nothing to come home to. So I can just kind of do what I want. Oh, what else? I'll hit up Can-Am's website and see what's going on. Can-Am on road. Oh yeah, they came out with electric motorcycles that no one's gonna buy. That's the first thing on their site when I go to their on-road site is electric motorcycle. You know the reason that Can-Am even made those electric motorcycles is because of Canadian politics, like the whole electricity thing and all of that, like electric vehicles, EV. They were pretty much forced into it by the Canadian government. I don't think they had any other plans or any plans to go EV, especially bikes, but that was probably the easiest thing for them to make rather than an EV trike or whatever. So, but yeah, I don't see sales of those going anywhere. I think those are just going to be show pieces and that's it. They'll sit and deal a lot, and some collector might buy one because it's a first Can-Am motorcycle in years. I don't even know how long it's been since they actually made motorcycles, but three-wheel vehicles. Stop with the pop-ups. Way too many pop-ups. So they have their lineup. See models. Yes, I just want to show me stuff. They're literally not showing me anything. So starting, I just want to see what their prices are now. Can I share my screen? I'm going to share the screen. Hold on. It's the same thing. It won't let me do that. Okay. Oh, hold on. I would have to pop this out. All right, now back. Share. There we go. That's why. So, yeah. Yeah, so their base 600 still goes for almost 10 grand. That's crazy. Like, no one's spending 10 grand on a 600cc trike. Like, that's nuts. See, 600 and 900. So that's about what I paid for mine. So the price creep is coming from here, from the base models creeping up. Actually, no, that's a little bit more, actually. I was out the door around 12. So yeah, that's a bit much in the rallies or what it is. So. No, I don't want to see the Canyon. What are we doing for F3s? 20, that's not, again, 22K, man. Like, for a base model FS3, yeah, how do you get people to spend that much money? Especially new riders and stuff, that's crazy. But then I look at this and that's not that bad. 30, talk them down, maybe get 30 out the door. With all the options this thing has, that's okay. That's somewhat reasonable. I'll give them that. I don't want to look at the Canyon. The Canyon will make me mad. Yeah, see, the RT start at 26. But again, these are loaded. So, like, even the Sea to Sky is less. I'm going to look at the Canyon prices. So, they announced the Canyon prices. They might have changed them since some of the backlash. But again, if I just want to go touring with a couple bags, 26 grand. That's crazy. So, this is about as much as an RG3 at this point. You're paying Harley prices, 33 grand for a Sea to Sky. So the Canyon. See this Canyon? Like, there's nothing on it. Like, what's the point? They did drop the price. Ah, so it's out the door at 32 now for the Red Rock. Yeah, they were not going to get 36 for that. But yeah, I'd love to see the numbers on these. And there's no paint. You know, there's no paint options for these. Like, you get what you get. So, whatever. But yeah, definitely use. I tell everybody buy used. Do not buy new Can-Ams. They're so stale. Like, nothing has changed, and it's not worth paying unless you want a 0-mile bike. That's where I'm at. And I was at the time I was in a position. I sold my Spider. I had the money, so I'm like, all right, I'll buy a new 2022 Can-Am Sport. Fine. If I was doing it again, I would buy used. I'd probably buy a used Rally just for the extra features and maybe take the dirt tires off of it and put pavement tires on and be good to go. So, because what people don't realize, like those Rallies come with dirt tires, they're actually have less grip on pavement than the regular Sport and regular Can-Am tires do. So, whatever. I mean, the full adjustable suspension is cool and some of the other stuff, but like, I don't know. And I'm sure a dealer would get mad if I said, "Hey, I don't want those rims and tires. Put these ones on." They hate doing stuff like that. Like they have to sell it as it is. Like they don't want anything modified. You can't put your own tires on it. Whatever. But yeah, Can-Am stuff is very expensive. So literally just as bad as Harley. But yeah, the RTs are nice. The F3s are nice. Like so comfortable, like touring and stuff. It's the money. And then the maintenance, like, so I can do everything on the Ryker in my driveway. Like those Spiders, there's much more involved, more body panels. Like it would be an absolute pain in the ass to do certain things to that. It would have to go to a dealer for other things. Like even try on an RT, trying to get to the rear tire is like an all-day job. Like it's nuts. All this stuff you got to take off and try to get to it. There might be a way to cheese it or like cheat and try to get it out without taking a bunch of panels and stuff off. But like even like the belt and the sprocket and stuff like that, because those are belt driven. The Ryker's just a shaft drive, so which makes things so much easier. And that was another reason why I went with the Ryker. I'm like, I know I can do all the maintenance on this myself. So the only thing about that is like the CVT is the weak point. Like that's like the belt and like the clutching and stuff. Like there's got to be another way. I don't know why it has to be a rubber belt. Like maybe there's something I'm missing. I don't know if it could be metal or something with like teeth in it. I don't know. Maybe it has to have some sort of give with the clutching. It has to be able to slide. Maybe that's part of it. But I don't know. I'm surprised no one's come out with another option right now. Like, because those aftermarket belts are not, they're not stronger. And not at all. But those videos are still getting traction. I'm getting a lot of comments on older videos. I think, maybe it's the time of the year. Maybe people are looking up Can-Ams. Maybe the Ryker's getting more popular and stuff. Even Spider videos, like older Spider videos are coming up. But I'm getting a lot of questions on the steering angle sensor videos I did when I kept having the limp mode happen. And then the clutch video, that gets a lot too. So lots of questions like, why did it blow up? I do this. And people chiming in saying, oh, I have the race clutch and I've been fine. You know, I've had I've raced clutching for 1,000 miles and it's fine. And I commented saying, yeah, it's not fine because you're about at the mileage change that they're suggesting for the belts. So, but that's the thing. Like, people aren't vocal. Like, I'm vocal, but like, hey, this is what happened. If everybody did that and everyone saw that everyone was running into issues at a certain mileage with a clutch kit with that belt, I think things would change, and they'd probably have to pull it off shelves or do something. But I mean, it put up the thing saying, you know, off-road use only or whatever stuff. You do that with everything. Like, that's not enough. Like, it literally, I don't know. Either sell it and it works or don't sell it. That's where I'm at. But yeah, I mean, the extra power was nice, but it's just nice to ride and have the reliability in it. So, but even though the turbo guys blew up, the guys who just attached that silver turbo kit, like, you don't hear from any of them anymore. And the one guy that I know still has it, he barely rides it. He's even admitted, he's like, I haven't pushed it, I haven't put miles on it, so that's not really a good test. The guys who have put miles on it have done, you know, the real riding that you do with a turbo Riker. They all blew up the top end. Like, the top end can't handle it. So, but I don't even know if that kit's available anymore. That's a good thing to check. Did they pull the turbo kits? I want to see. Oh, it came up in a search. Hold on. About the same money. They still want $2,700 for the kit. We'll look this up, and this will probably take us to the end of the stream here. So this is what they're selling. Is there any fueling whatsoever in this? You see oil lines. You've got your turbo. Oh, that's just the picture. Oil lines, turbo, intake. See, there's no fueling. You've got your dyno jet. This is why they're blowing up. And I've mentioned this, and they've tried to shut me down, saying, no, like, you can't. There's not even plugs. There's nothing else here. You're just slapping a turbo on it and being like, oh, it should just work. I mean, the power increases are great. Comprehensive kit. Westgate, actually. With a, see, they don't give you the fuel. They tell you, oh, this is what it could do if you actually change the fuel. Oil pan, steel gasket, turbo lines. I mean, they give you the map sensor, which you're going to have to for a turbo anyways, but with the recommended fuel type. Oh, so that's what they mean up here with a pro. So yeah, it's not even injectors. It's just like, what's your octane of fuel? God, this is why they're failing. No, what they're doing is it's actual dyno jet. They're actually just, which is what I have, the PV3. You're actually just tuning straight to the ECU. So, but yeah, I mean, you'd have to do bigger injectors for that. Like, you could probably, I'd have to look it up, but I'm guessing the 900 Turbo R injectors are probably bigger than the regular 900 motor injectors. So they're available. I figure just grab those. That would work. And at that point, just grab the turbo. Like, everything should bolt in. I mean, the internals are a little bit different, but just grab the motor. Like, by the time you're done, you're like, oh, I might as well just swap the whole Turbo R motor in. Which, again, if I hit the lottery and had stupid money, I would have a garage where I would do dumb projects like that. I would have a Riker and I'd be like, I'm going to drop the Turbo R motor in this. Again, same block. It's literally the same thing with a turbo on it. It's going to fit. And then you just got to find a way to tune it. You know, maybe do a base turbo tune, throw it on dyno if you can find one that'll fit. And then map it out from there. But yeah, I had to so I piggybacked my Spider. I did the Power Commander, which in hindsight I should have sent the ECU out at the time to get tuned, because it would have just been a lot better. And what happens with the Spiders and the Rikers, which almost makes me want to get a Pedal Commander or whatever they call them. So as they get higher in the RPMs, the throttle body actually closes. It only goes to like 60% or something. And I was wondering why they're so quick up to like 85, 90 miles an hour. And once they hit that point, the throttle, even though you're wide open, the throttle body starts closing no matter what. Even though you're wide open, that throttle's like, no, you're at this RPM, at this speed, I'm going to shut down. So it has so much more in it. Because in my Spider, I'm like, dude, I'm in 5th gear and I have to like 9,500 RPM. Why am I dying out? Why am I not feeling like it's going? Finally figured out that's what Can-Am was doing. So there was a tune. The piggyback won't fix that. You would have to send your ECU in, and that company would actually fix that problem. So I don't know. And at least that's with the older RS Spiders. Now with the Pedal Commanders and stuff like that, that fixes that problem. So I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it, I guess. Like, I get the Riker up to 100, no problem. Like, I think it's enough. I just don't think it's worth a few $100s to do that. On the older Spider, yes, the RSs and stuff like that, 100% do it. You'll gain the power out of it, but the newer stuff, I would just get the tune and just go with it. It's got enough power at that point. Even with that clutch kit was crazy. Like, I'm hitting 110, 150 miles an hour, which again might have been why it blew up. But at the same time, it's like that's nuts. Man, if I could have kept that, if there was a way to keep that reliable, like that would be my daily ride. I would do that. Would love to have taken it to the track in that configuration and seeing what it could do. And that was with the stock tire. I didn't have the Yokohama tire on it yet. So the Yokohama is a lot grippier. So, and again, maybe it would have, I don't know. Sometimes when you have more grip, like the shock goes to another place and maybe something else would have broke. I don't know. But you should be working. Interesting. Anyways. Yeah. Someone's blowing up my phone. But yeah, so no, I'm glad the older stuff is helping people, my older videos and stuff like that. And it's like, it was fun. There was so many projects I wanted to do and just still blowing up my phone. Okay. Like the Aprilia engine for the older ones is all the same. That would have been fun. That would have been fun to do. I think, again, if I had the opportunity, the time and the money, I would have a shop. I would get an older RS. I would do that Aprilia build on that old V6, not V6, V-twin 900 motor. And the Riker I would throw a turbo on and do that build. Like, I would have those two things going. And that would probably make my YouTube channel blow up and all that stuff, and it would be fine. But again, I don't have the resources for that right now. But that's probably what I would do. But yeah, so I went over I said I was only going to be on for 15 more minutes, and I just kept rambling about stuff. But yeah, I don't know. So it's going to be a fun year. So we'll get stuff. We'll hang out with friends. We'll find, we got VAM, but like we can find other ways. And again, PA, like even if I get a long weekend, like I'll go out to Pennsylvania. Like take me a day and stuff. So whatever. But yeah, Nick, thanks for stopping by and hanging out. I'm going to wrap it up too. So get out there. It's getting past 10 and I actually put other things off. So I got other adult things I should be doing right now, but no, super excited for this year. definitely things are going better, things are going well, and I got some plans for the channel, and editing and doing different things. So I'm definitely excited for it, and I hope you guys are excited when I release the videos and stuff. So thank you for hanging out. Be on the lookout for some new videos in a couple weeks. Rocking with a flock, whatever I say, I completely forget. Thanks for rocking with the flock. I'll see you guys later. End.